Scorpio, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will take a look into the events coming up for you in the next few months. Let's now start with your main energy. Okay. Your first message today is a time for healing. And with this message, we see right away that this is the time to not make any rushed decision. There is someone here who wants to quickly put an end to something, to quickly move past an issue and potentially completely cut someone out so that they don't have to think about it anymore. This card is inviting that person to take a breath, to understand what might be really going on here. And in other words, to give it another look, because there might be things that either you or the other person have missed out on. The balsamic moon is the phase that happens right before the new moon, which tells us that what you do right now will deeply impact your next chapter and your next cycle. This message, Scorpio, might be more important than it sounds at the moment for reasons that we'll have to find out about. And so let's do that. Let's see what this message is about. Let's do our 3 shuffles and let's begin with your reading. Why do you always get the Page of Swords in your reading? That's crazy. All right. And another page right here with the Page of Cups. First of all, first thing first, there is a lot of thinking going on here. 8 of Swords. And the thinking is about this 4 of Wands situation. This is not just thinking, this is overthinking, I would say, about a situation, about an event. And there is an inability to stop it, since this seems to be a constant thought in the background, regardless of what you do or what the other person is doing. The mind keeps going there. I usually say that energies go both ways. This could be you or the other person, but I'm truly feeling as though, at a certain degree at least, this is impacting you both. The overall image here is showing someone who is thinking about why a certain thing was said or why a certain thing was done, what the other person was thinking, what the other person was doing, and how perhaps they're hiding something or even playing games. There's definitely a lot going on here because obviously this is impacting your foundation. This is impacting something that for you rely on, is important to you. Now, aside of that, I have to say though, the more I look into this energy, the more I see how simple the situation actually is. We'll see down the reading if I was wrong about this, but overall, I see that someone might be complicating things right now. And with the 8 of Swords energy, it's very easy to do that without being aware of doing it. We all do it from time to time. It's normal. This is an energy that creates a feedback loop in the confusion and pushes you to see things that are not really there, to feel hurt that you shouldn't feel, and to see enemies that perhaps don't really exist. And I feel that us Scorpio people do that often because we're trying to anticipate something, predict a turn of events that perhaps puts us in a position where we lose control. But One thing is to not being naive and prepare for a unexpected surprise. And another thing is complicating things. When instead, through communication, you could solve 99% of the overall issue. My concern with that Eight of Swords is that the person who is in it thinks that they know what's going on. They already know what the situation is about, but most times they're wrong. So it's definitely important to look more into the situation itself. Now, with this Four of Pentacles, we might see why this Eight of Swords person is stuck in this overthinking energy. They are mainly trying to figure out if they can count on this person, if they can trust them and rely on them, as they have potentially done up to this point. It feels as if so far you've had very little doubts or no doubts at all when it came to this person. But now you've seen something. Right here, you're looking at something. You're thinking about something with that Page of Swords. You might have seen something on social media or what have you. And this woke you up to the realization that potentially this is not someone who you should trust. This is not someone who gets you and who's got your back regardless of what happens. And so now I definitely see this testing energy from you in case you are this Eight of Swords person, obviously. And potentially you're being a little passive aggressive because you're hurt. But at the same time, you're not fully sure yet if you should cut the connection completely or if instead you should give it some more time. Usually, you're pretty quick at putting an end to things, right? But the fact that you might have not done that yet speaks to the depth of this connection and to how much you actually do care. You just seriously want to be wrong about your prediction, about your feelings, because you truly want for this to work out and to not just end up like every other connection you've had up to this point. In a way, even if you're not saying it out loud, here you're thinking, please don't disappoint me. Please show me a reason why I shouldn't give up on you. Very much like the song, Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You. This is the type of energy that I see here. Now, with the other page, the Page of Cups, it's easy to see how someone is actually going to communicate about the situation. And the good thing about Cups is that the conversation is coming from a very nurturing and compassionate place, which means that at the end of the day, you both really care about this. But also someone here is feeling very unstable, very unbalanced. They are experiencing some sort of anxiety and something that maybe you don't know about them. But at the same time, there is something right here which will need much more than the Page of Cups energy in order to be fixed 100%. And yes, it connects to that Nine of Swords energy as well. I'm not sure yet what this is going to be, but it feels like someone now is coming in guarded, and it's not you. Someone is potentially, I still want to clarify in order to confirm, but someone is potentially now seeing you as someone who's hard to figure out, you know? They might not know that you went silent and distant because at the base of it all, you feel hurt. And if this person is not able to go beyond the surface, they might just never understand that. Unless, of course, you decide to communicate transparently everything to them. But as we were saying, this is a communication that it's hard to come from you for some reason. Now, I do believe from what I'm seeing so far that there is much more ahead for the two of you. And at the end of the day, it's important to realize how much you're willing to give in situations that at some point bring in some uncertainties, let's call them that way. Are you going to say no? Are you going to put an end to this and protect yourself? Or are you going to go in with an open heart, with the goal of working things out and protecting the connection instead. We'll see what this person is coming in with, but before that, you need to answer that question to yourself, because it's really going to determine the flow of events and the overall outcome from this moment forward. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to tell someone how hurt you are, because you feel, especially Scorpio people, feel that you're giving them some power. But if you see it as giving something to them, like see it as an investment, if you really think that this is worth it, let go of some of those pentacles, invest it into this potential conversation, and if it's worth it, it will come back to you tenfold. Okay? So now, while you do that, while you try to answer that question to yourself, how far do I want to go here? I'm going to start looking into this Page of Cups in order to see what's coming in from this person and what's really going on the other side of the situation. Things that you might not be aware about with this Nine of Swords here. When you're in it, it's often hard to have this impartial understanding. So I'm going to help you out on that, and I'm going to see how this connection is actually bound to evolve in the future once the both of you decide to be honest, talk to each other when there is an issue, when there is a concern now, but also in the future. Let's look into it. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Scorpio, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute live reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well, please. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Scorpio. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the Tower. Can't say that I'm surprised. This is clearly one of those conversations that will transform everything, will change everything. And you never really are capable of just going into a situation like this and gently working your way towards a new beginning or your way out. For you, it's always destruction, but it's not bad. I mean, that's Scorpio. That's what your main element is made of, but it's fine because each act of destruction is an act of creation. And we know that after this happens, something is coming in, something that will replace the situation, will replace something. We'll have to see what this is going to be. Now, with the Tower, you know that with the information coming in, perhaps with this conversation, we'll see your beliefs are going to change around this very situation. And this is an unexpected change. Now, Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Ten of Pentacles too, not bad actually. What we see is that there is movement coming towards you, and the Knight of Wands talks about unexpected events. So we clearly see that this is not over, even if maybe it feels like it at times. So first of all, before getting into the incoming energies, I want to see where we are coming from, and I want to see what's happening on the other side. What is this Nine of Swords that you might not be aware about? Let's see what the energies are on that side of the picture, and then we will see what's coming in and how this will transform the overall situation and your own personal journey. Let's start by clarifying the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Oh, okay. Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords. You don't know this about this person. Oh, wow, I get it. This is actually, I see why you don't know about this, because this person has never told this to anyone. So, first of all, what we see is that this Page of Cups is